early decision and early action. Do you sort of know what the whole early decision and early action thing is? It's all right if you don't. And then talk about some major specific questions, and I'll go into organization. But since you're a junior, I can sort of talk about like organization to get up to the process. If that sounds good, I'll continue. So these were my early schools that I sort of applied to. So if you don't know what early is, it's basically just like there's like a first round and a second round, and applying early does like increase your chances of getting accepted, especially early decision, as opposed to regular decision. The percentage acceptance rate is usually maybe about tripled every time in early. So do you know what like safety schools are? Should I run through the terminology really quick? Sure. Okay. So safety, so we can start. So you have your stats and you have your extracurriculars and you have what major you want to go to. So your target schools are what are on your level. Like, okay, you know, if I get in here, you know, that's good. Your safety schools are schools that you should absolutely 100% expect to get into. It's if you don't get your target or your reaches, your safety schools are what you sort of depend on. And then your reaches are ones that, you know, like maybe lower than 10% chance of getting admission. So like the, the like, you know, like the Harvard and the Stanford and like all of those stuff are basically reaches. In regards to what you see on the screen here, so early decision happens in the early round and it's binding. So if you get in, you have to go. You're done. The plus side of that is that you don't have to do any of the regular round decisions. You don't have to wait until March to get it. You know in December where you're going. And then early action is non-binding. So you just apply early, and then if you get in, great. You don't have to go. It's not binding at all. And then, do you mind? Let's see. Okay, and then
Oh wait, was I drawing on your screen?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I wasn't
all good.
sure what that button was.
No, it's all good. Which part do you want me to say again?
Oh, no, nothing.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't realize I was doing that.
It's all good. Hi, Annika. What grade are you in?
I'm a senior.
Okay, cool. So you probably know about like early action, early decision, all of that stuff?
Yeah.
Do you have any early schools you're planning on applying to? You can just say yes or no if you don't want to go into the schools.
I'm not really applying early, but there are like specific programs at some schools that have a deadline on November 1st.
Okay, all right, cool. Yeah, so I was just explaining to Trisha what early decision and early action was, and these are basically like my early schools that I applied to. So I did as much as I could in the early round. You don't have to. I just sort of wanted to get a couple out of the way so that maybe during the regular round I was a little bit more confident in the schools that I already had under my belt. So what I would recommend, Trisha, in your early round is to apply to as many safeties as you can. That way, like come regular round, you're not stressed out about all of the schools, like, oh, I have to get into this school, because sometimes safeties are the only schools that you get. So these are basically all of the EAs. I did get an ED, so I don't have very much advice on the regular round, but excuse me, the other TA, Karen, might have some experience with that. here's my advice on sort of the process. As I said, apply to as many earlies as you can. I understand, there's a lot of barriers to applying early. There's a time barrier. There's somewhat of a money barrier. You don't really get the financial aid that